How's the market doing? If you're thinking about buying or selling a house in Commerce City, Colorado, you're probably wondering about the current market. That information is coming right up. Hi, I'm Natalie Randall, former teacher turned realtor and real estate strategist, helping people make their move in and to the Denver and North Denver areas. Now, if you want to know everything there is to know about living in Denver in the North Denver area, start now by hitting that subscribe button below and make sure to tap on the bell so that you're notified anytime there's a new video we've made just for you. I receive calls, texts, and emails all the time from clients, so don't ever hesitate to reach out and make sure to watch to the very end for your guide to selling your home for top dollar in any market. Let's take a closer look at what Commerce City, Colorado did in the month of August, which we title as a September report because that's when we have all the info we actually need. Last August, in 2019, there were 153 new single-family homes for sale. This August, in 2020, there were 140 new listings. This is an 8.5% decrease, which may seem significant, but we must consider other important factors as well. In these numbers, we must consider the new construction homes that can potentially be indicating a decrease in new listings, as many of them sold last year, and in light of recent events with COVID, new construction sales may have gone down. In fact, I know they have just a smidge. Worth considering also is that the inventory of homes available has decreased significantly. Less homes available for sale equals less new listings. It's likely that with many individuals experiencing feelings of unpredictability, sellers aren't sure how to sell their existing home and still be able to find a replacement. There are quite a few options available to help you navigate selling a home without having a replacement and that don't require you are homeless. So if this is your exact situation, reach out and I'd be happy to discuss those options with you. Last August in 2019, there were 136 single-family homes that were sold in Commerce City. And in August of 2020 in Commerce City, there were 115 single-family homes that sold. That's a 15.4% decrease. Now, this is not a cause for alarm. A decrease in the sales of homes can be directly related to the low supply of homes for sale in the market. Before I get too much further into this, I think it's worth noting that a lot of times a buyer will ask me, well, gosh, if there's not many homes selling and there's not a lot to choose from, does this mean I shouldn't buy? My answer to this question is always going to be the same. You need to sell when you need to sell and you need to buy when you need to buy. In other words, don't try to time the market. Base your home purchase simply off your financial well-being and your ability to purchase and afford a home at any given point in time. Notably, interest rates are still low, so if you've been sitting on the fence and questioning whether or not you should buy, and it's really not a matter of affordability, then consider taking advantage of those incredibly low interest rates that we have in our current market. The median sales price for a single-family home in August of 2019 was $385,000. The median sales price for a single-family home in August of 2020 is $415,000. This is an incredible 7.8% increase in equity appreciation. Let's talk about what is another important factor for sellers, and that is a percentage of the list price received. So what this means is you list your home at a certain price, and then the percentage of that list price is what you will actually receive when your home closes and is sold to a buyer. So in August of 2019, our percentage of list price received for single-family homes was 99.7%, which is actually really good. In August of 2020, the percentage of list price received for those single-family homes was 100.6%. Along these lines, notice that although the percentage of list price received is important because it does indicate a buyer's perception of the value of the home they're interested in purchasing, it's also important to just know that pricing your home competitively in any market will render a sales price close to or above list price. And in the case of Commerce City's real estate market, home sellers receive 0.9% more for the sale of their home compared to their list price. Now, this next stat that I'm going to share with you is actually one that I get asked most often about from my sellers and from my buyers, and it's called the days on market. What this statistic actually means is how many days on the market does the house sit until it goes into an under contract or pending status. In August of 2019, the average home in Commerce City, Colorado that was single family sat on the market for 34 days before going into a pending status. In August of 2020, the days on market decreased to 13 days. This is great because it actually means that if you're a home seller, Your house should sit on the market less than it would have a year ago, and it's about a 61.8% decrease from what we saw compared to last year. Keep in mind that in a traditional market, August is when most home sales taper off for the year, as many families will try to move before kids start school. This is worth noting, as it may be a change in the real estate cycle, as many families are having to school from home. And this could trickle down to indicate that we may see more homes selling in fall and winter than in previous years, but only time in the market will tell. Now, what does this mean for buyers? Well, what it means for buyers is that currently our market is still hot. So if you're one of those buyers that's having a hard time making a decision and you fall in love with a home, it's worth making sure that you make an offer quickly on that home so that you don't find yourself in a competing situation. And even with that being said, you're still most likely to find yourself in a competing situation. So it's worth it to work with a knowledgeable agent that can help you get your offer accepted, like me. The next one is a pretty big indicator of where the mindset is of people regarding the market, whether it's a buyer or a seller. And this key metric or statistic that we're getting ready to talk about is called inventory of homes. What this specifically references is how many homes are currently available for sale in the market, including new listings and those that have been on the market a bit longer. If we look at last year, there were 228 single-family homes in Commerce City for sale. And this year, in August 2020, there's 67 single-family homes for sale. So this is a decrease of 70.6%, which is pretty darn substantial. I don't have a crystal ball, but what I can tell you is that in my opinion, this demonstrates that there's a ton of buyers out there and we just don't have enough homes for them. The last metric that I want to point out to you is the month supply of inventory, also known as the absorption rate. So what this means is how many months of inventory we have before all the homes are sold. So in August of 2020, our monthly supply of inventory for Commerce City is 0.58% of 1 month. We don't even have 1 month supply of inventory. This means despite the pandemic, despite any uncertainty that people are currently feeling, we are still very much in a seller's market and the market is sizzling hot. So typically a seller's market occurs when we have 1 to 3 months of inventory. If the available inventory ranges from a period of 3 to 6 months, it becomes more of a level playing field and a time of transition. 6+ months of inventory indicates a buyer's market. If you have any questions or need some assistance, please feel free to reach out to me. And don't forget to download a free guide to selling your home for top dollar in any market. I love numbers and data, and I'm here to help in any way that I can. What do you think about the market? Leave me a comment below and let me know. Don't forget to download that guide on capitalizing, selling your home for the most money possible in any market.